people here are from many different countries. You're going interplanetary, but you're not going international. When are you going to hire people from other countries than the US?
Sure. Yeah, so I think people are a bit confused about this. Unfortunately, this is not up to us. So the U.S. government regulations, well, they make getting a job in the U.S. hard as it is, just getting a job visa hard as it is. But if you're working on rocket technology, that's considered an advanced weapons technology. So even a normal work visa isn't sufficient unless you get a special permission from the Secretary of Defense or the Secretary of State. So I want to be clear, this is not out of some desire of SpaceX to just hire people with green cards. It's because we're not allowed to do anything else. And I think this is not a wise thing this is not a wise policy for the U.S. because there's so many talented people all around the world that we would love to have work at our company, but unless they can somehow get a green card, we can't. We're legally prevented from hiring anyone. But for example, this is not the case at Tesla. At Tesla, we're about a quarter of our engineering team is from outside the U.S. and maybe even 30% because we don't have the ITAR restriction. So I really wish we could do more. It's just our hands are tied.
You may have heard the call out on Net 1. Vehicle is supersonic. Side boosters are throttling back up on power as we're through the period of maximum dynamic. Again, over the cheering, MVAC-D engine up on power, it looks good. Side boosters looking good, still burning on their way back to Cape Canaveral.
And there you can see the reentry burn for Center Core has begun. Coming up in about 5 seconds here, the side boosters landing burn will begin as well. Sight to see. You can hear our crowd going wild. 3 for 3 boosters today on Falcon Heavy. What an amazing.
Tank pressure looks good. The turbine temps look good. You may have seen just before ignition the large white fluffy pieces moving away. That is solid oxygen. The stuff you breathe, it's so cold that it's solid, but it is not very dense, it's very fluffy, and it is actually attached to one of the liquid oxygen overboard drain lines that we use, so coming off is normal. Now this burn is about an 85-second burn. In that time, we'll add 2,800 meters per second to our velocity. That's more than the side boosters provided early in flight, almost as much as what the center core gave us. We've throttled down the engine to keep accelerations below the limit for our Arabsat customer. Everything continues to look good. The views of the nozzle of the upper stage engine coming from 2 SpaceX cameras on either side of the second stage. Continuing to throttle down, and we have shut down. The stage right in the desired orbit, and now we're waiting for separation.
spacecraft separation confirmed.
As you can tell behind me, the folks that watched the mission cheering. Arabsat 6A headed away into the desired orbit, doing its mission in space. That puts a